Hello everyone, myself Shreya along with my best friend Kaveri Kumar are here to launch our first video on our YouTube channel Manovigyan. Please do like, share and subscribe and also comment on the content for our betterment. As we all know that the pandemic or the COVID-19 we heard was in 2019 where we were saying that China has been hit with a virus and we came to know it was COVID-19 and then it entered our country in March 2020 where as individuals we were forced to stay up and tie up in our houses. We were forced to work from home. Not just that, there were so many things that changed where there was a lot of domestic violence. People were removed from their jobs. There was a lot of issues. It could the issues were like in different aspects of lives. It could be personal, emotional, psychological, financial. So these were a lot of issues that individual faced. So due to this problem, it definitely impacted the people's mental health. So what is mental health? Mental health is a state of well-being where you understand yourself, who you are, what you are, and you're able to cope with all stresses of life. So that is what mental health is about. So today we are talking about how COVID-19 impacted our mental health. So to understand how the pandemic impacted our mental health, basically we did a small survey where we collected data people from various aspects of life. It could be individuals who are working, students, etc. So we came to know that almost 75% of students were affected by the pandemic and it had impacted their mental health. Whereas 25% of them said that no, it did not affect their mental health. Now, this is a secondary data that we got from lot of research. Like we went through a lot of articles and we got this data. So here we can see that this is the first table talks about before COVID-19 and during COVID-19. Before COVID-19, almost 70 to 75% people in adults did not have depressive symptoms. Whereas in the COVID-19 period, almost 40 to 50% of them did not have. So there was 20% decrease where people started to have more of depressive symptoms. Whereas those with mild depressive symptoms, that is before the pandemic, was only around 18%. But then this increased to almost 24 to 25% during the pandemic. Whereas those who had moderate depression is where it is in between mild and severe. So here also you can see only around 5% of them had moderate level of depression, but then this increased to almost 18% during the pandemic. Here also moderately severe, that is a stage before the severe cases. Here also you can see that it's only around 2 to 3% before the pandemic, but during the pandemic it has increased to almost 8 to 10%. The same with those in the severe cases of depression. Here also you can see that it's hardly around 1 or 2%, but during the pandemic it has increased to 3 to 4%. So this is the first table. Whereas in the second table, we'll be talking about different mental health issues that individual faced. First, we'll see the depressive symptoms. This is the comparison made between the first wave and the second wave. So here in the green, this you can see that in the first wave, around to 18% people had depressive symptoms. Whereas in the second wave, it increased to 25%, that is 7% jump. Then next is anxiety symptoms or anxious symptoms. Here you can see that almost 13% of people had anxiety symptoms, but here in the second wave you can see a little dip here. That is, it has come down to 12% like that. In non-suicidal self-injury is where you harm yourself but you don't make any suicidal attempts. So here you can see that in the first wave it was around 30 to 32%. Whereas in the second wave it shot up to almost 42%. That's 10% jump. Even in suicidal ideation, here you can see that suicidal ideation is where you want to kill yourself, like you idealize that you want to kill yourself. So here in the first wave, you can see that it is around 22% the first wave, whereas in the second wave, it is around 30%. Next is suicidal plans. Suicidal plans is where you plan to kill yourself. So, the suicidal plans that was around 10% in the first wave, whereas it jumped around 15 to 20%, sorry, 15% during the second wave. Next is suicidal attempts, where you really try to kill yourself, is around 3 to 4%, whereas in the second wave, it is around 10 to 12%. So here the main aim of this video was to create awareness regarding how mental health is very important and how each and every individual's mental health was impacted during this pandemic and how it is a matter of concern to work on our mental health. As it's our first video, hope you liked it. Please do like, share and subscribe and support us. We would be coming up with more informative videos on various concepts of psychology. So please do comment and share your views in the comment section and do support us. We would be glad to hear from you. It could be in the form of queries or any questions, and also let us know the topics you want us to work on. So thank you. Take care. Bye bye.